What's going on, people? And welcome to Man Knows Football. You're here with myself, Guni and Younes. Yes, for me, it is the morning after. For a lot of you, it is the afternoon after what was an absolutely shambolic performance from Chelsea Football Club yesterday. But before we get into that, make sure you do smash up that like button as you join and make sure you hit the subscribe button. We are on the road to 10K, so help us make that happen. But Younes, how are you feeling after yesterday, bro?
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on again, man. Flat, plain. Um, yeah, it's a weird one because we were looking forward to putting on a display and at home, and it's going to be a good result and all of that. But yeah, now let's have it right. Let's be honest, especially Tuchel and the fact that he said what he said after the game, which he's spot on. We're out as far as I'm concerned. I think we're out. So next week will just be a friendly, unless if Chelsea somehow perform a miracle. We perform one of the biggest comebacks in European history. But again, just like Tuchel said, we got Southampton to think of first. Before we even think of getting past Madrid, let's get past Southampton first, because yesterday's performance, Brentford's performance, not good enough, man, at all, at all.
Listen, for me, look, I looked at the lineup, and to be honest with you, I wasn't. I was quite happy with that. I was a bit miffed. Aspilicueta went to left wing back. I thought Marcus Alonso would have been given a chance there, despite his bad performance against Brentford. I thought, you know what, he can get some respite here from his natural position against Real Madrid, but we didn't see that. But still, I thought he was a strong enough team to go out there and get the job done. But for me, the entire first half just stank of a lack of concentration up
Yeah,
until after the second goal that they scored. First of all, I've got to say this. That header for Benzema's first goal was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. That was a world-class header. There's no way Mendy's getting to that. That was just a world-class header. But I can't help but feel Thiago Silva lost his man one too many times yesterday. I can't help but feel the possession that we just had was just wasteful. It was just nonsense. Just having the ball in the middle of the pitch and not having an idea what to do with it. But look, we had some decent spells. I think we was looking to hit after the second goal. Clearly, we was just trying to hit them on the counter. I thought Real Madrid defended a lot better than they did last season.
yep.
But Younes, the one area in our team where we said, listen, regardless of where we don't perform elsewhere, we've always got our defence and our goalkeeper who are going to be solid through the season. This is the second performance on the trot now where we have seen some basic errors that have cost us a game. Are you concerned?
Yeah. It can change, of course, but this is why Southampton's so crucial. Because if it becomes 3-3, then there's a problem,
Yeah.
a big problem, and that's where the media will do their thing. We've been there before. The media will wake up like vultures and just be like, "Yo, Chelsea, that story again. Run it all back, run it all
Yeah.
back." We can't have 3 losses on the bounce. We can't. So Southampton needs to be a case of us getting a convincing result and then bringing some confidence into the game for next week. But yeah, it's a concern when you look at the manner of defending, man. It was basic stuff. Like you talk about that first goal, Benzema, fantastic header, yeah. But shouldn't have happened in the first place. It should not have happened. A
Facts.
nice 1-2 between Benzema and Vinicius. Vinicius goes down the left hand side. No one's picking Benzema up, bro. We're not talking, with all due respect, our own player, but we're not talking about Lukaku or Werner. Chances are you can leave them on their ones and they will probably miss. With Benzema, he just won't. And you saw the ability of finishing. That cross in, he had just entered the box. He wasn't even near the 6-yarder. He was just entered the box. Manages to do some Drogba-esque sort of turn and sticks it into the top corner, brother. That's what Benzema does. No one picked him up. And then you'd think, okay, First goal, that mistake, no problem. All right, let's not do that again. Second goal, we commit the same mistake. We leave Benzema by himself.
Benzema. This is the thing, right? Is Thiago, when you look at the run of play at first, Thiago was aware of where Benzema was. But that split second when Thiago took his eye off him and he was caught ball watching, it was enough for Benzema to just peel off him and get another header.
It was Thiago Silva literally just splitting off. So the 1-2 had happened. Benzema starts running. Christensen's already chasing Vinicius. Thiago Silva's next to Christensen. Thiago Silva knows that Benzema is in behind and on his way. But in a split second, Thiago Silva, for some odd reason, gets attracted to Christensen.
Just switched off.
Like, bruv, you've just seen Benzema run, and he gets into this nice pocket of space. When you flip for the second goal, it's the same scenario, but Rudiger. Rudiger's running back, seeing Benzema in front of him, he's having to chase, and Rudiger slows down. I'm like, what? What are you doing? Benzema gets into the box with no one next to him. It's schoolboy, basic, textbook stuff, man. I'm baffled.
And then we come to the third goal. That, for me, when that went in my mind and in my heart, I said to myself, this has cost us the tie.
Yeah, completely.
3-1 at the Bridge.
Yeah.
We have to go to the Bernabeu and get 3 goals and hope that we keep a clean sheet against them. If we don't, it's 4 goals and so on and so forth. Sounds very, very unlikely to me. But
almost impossible.
He did this against Brentford, and now he's done it against Real Madrid. My concern with Edouard Mendy is when he makes a mistake, his confidence is shot to pieces. And it takes him a while to recover from it. He does have shaky performances after he makes a mistake.
Yeah.
Even if he makes a bad clearance and it goes out to another player, monitor him for the next 5-10 minutes next time and see how shaky he becomes.
Oh, yeah.
That's one side of his game. He really, I don't know if it can be coached or he needs some kind of help outside of football, but psychologically, for you to be so shaken by that mistake and to just be a shadow of yourself, it's an issue. I still, obviously, Mendy to me is still a world-class goalkeeper. I wouldn't change him for nobody, even still after them 2 mistakes.
Yeah.
But based on that, I've seen a few accounts tweeting maybe Kepa should start. You know, he's been performing well. He's decent from open play as well. Is that really the answer?
No. That's I think that's ultra reactionary because we've seen Kepa make mistakes before, you know, and probably nothing as deep as like we saw yesterday with Mendy. That was something new, but it wasn't just long ago where Mendy was literally saving our skin, you know, like the final Liverpool. Tells you everything you need to know. So nah, but I do have to question what on earth was Mendy doing? What was he thinking? What's going through his head? Like to do something like that, there was no need to make that pass. But I also want to put some attention on the fact it's not just Mendy. Yes, Mendy made that mistake yesterday, a big one, and it's cost us the tie pretty much. But that nervousness or hesitation or whatever it is wasn't just Mendy. It was everyone except Kai Havertz, I would say. But everyone, especially in defense, midfield, stinkers. And it was a case of no concentration, no focus, no intensity, the basic stuff that you ask of anyone. That wasn't there in a Champions League quarter-final at home against Real Madrid. And I don't get why. That's why you saw Tuchel flipping the way that he did afterwards. Because those are things that you can't really coach. Those are things you just expect. They're the first things on the list. And they weren't there. Baffling.
And Andreas Christensen as well, I must say. He was playing like his shoelaces were undone. Vinicius in the first half was absolutely just giving him a terrible time. He couldn't hold his balance, just holding on to Vinicius. Vinicius is just going past him. it's a lazy argument to say, oh, he shouldn't have played because he's agreed a deal to Barcelona or whatever. I think that's a very, very lazy argument. And I saw that being thrown around quite a bit.
Yeah, you can flip it either way with that, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
if he's professional, he's professional. But yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I mean, everyone in that defense had a bad day. Even Reece James, aside from going forward, because obviously he basically was the catalyst that made the goal happen. But I don't know if it was it him with the assist or was it Jorginho?
No, Jorginho with the assist.
Jorginho was with but it was Reece James on that right flank that beat the players and So
and that's the fit with Reece James going forward. Cool, but Reece James defensively
was horrible.
Was an addition as to why Christensen was under the pressure with Vinicius, because Reece James is the first port of call there, and Vinicius has gone past him multiple times. So, yeah.
No, yeah, it was just a horrible defensive display all round. Even the midfield. Now, look, hats off to Ancelotti. I'll say this. I couldn't quite understand because I had never seen Valverde play in the right wing. So I was looking at that thinking, okay, it must be a thing where he's going to pack the midfield and make it a 4. It worked to a T. Absolutely worked to a T. Yeah. Mason Mount, for me, outside of the pressing, I don't think he was... Listen, I don't think he was as terrible as what people make out, but he wasn't good enough for me yesterday. Jorginho as well, not good enough for me. Kante, I don't know if he was hooked because of an injury or he was complaining about a little bit of pain or whatever. It was just an all-round poor performance. And then when we come to the attackers, I'm gonna start with Pulisic. I mean, at first I looked at it and I said, bad performance from Pulisic. But when you look back, Pulisic was very isolated on that wing. And quite often Real Madrid was just double teaming him on that side. So he couldn't really get anywhere. He wasn't going to beat two players at once, two Real Madrid players at once on that flank. And I felt that he was too isolated on that wing. But just outside of that, it was the only positive that I saw was the link-up play between Reece James and Kai Havertz going forward. That was really about it. And I have to agree with you, Younes, where... To me, Kai Havertz was the only one that can come out and say he had a sound performance.
Yeah,
it was just horrible. It was just horrible all round. And then the subs. When we went to the back 4, I almost lost it. I didn't know. I almost went into a meltdown, bruv. And then Loftus-Cheek again operating as the number 6. And operating as deep as he was.
Yeah.
We can get as frustrated as we want as fans, but when you look at Tuchel's options...
They're dire. They're dire, bruv. We have, like, this is something that I was talking with Matisse earlier on. He highlighted it well. When you look in terms of our front line and we have to switch it up, okay, we look to the bench. Who we got? Okay, we got Lukaku, we've got Werner. Okay. In midfield, right, we're going to have to switch it up. Who we got? All right, there was Kovacic. Absolutely, he should have started. But still, say if he started, then you've got a Jorginho or whoever. But you've got Loftus-Cheek, you've got Saul, you've got Barkley. Okay. In defence, right, defence all over the place. All right, who we got? Well, Chalobah is our only option. That sums up Chelsea Football Club in a nutshell. As to why Thomas Tuchel is looking and going, these options are now dire. And yesterday when he switched it up, he went to a back 4. That was thrown in the bin because he'd put Kovacic, Ziyech on the pitch, switched to a back 4, Loftus-Cheek as well. We conceded within 20 seconds of that second half starting. So tactics, gone. Like that change that Tuchel had to try and impact the game out the window.
That was it. The halftime talk went completely out the window at that point. It's just like, well, that's it now. You've basically thrown it away. Because another thing I've got to say, you mentioned Lukaku. Fucking hell, bruv.
Bruv, I mean, I'm not even surprised anymore. It's mad. I've seen a lot of reaction from people going, "Oh my god, can't believe it, Lukaku! What? How is he?" I'm not surprised. I've not been saying this for time now, bro. He's finished. As far as I'm concerned, at Chelsea, it just needs to end. It needs to end, right? He had a chance to come on yesterday, and I said it on my watch along. Redemption. Yeah, you've got nothing to lose. You're coming on. We're 3-1 down. Everyone's having a shocker. So if you were to have a shocker, you'd blend in. But you're coming on with all the reaction. You've got a chance to get all the fans back on side. If you can just save us, get a goal, bring us back to our feet, do something, you know what? We'd be looking at you and going, he stepped up. Finally.
Redemption.
Finally.
Some kind of redemption.
Something. The opportunity falls to him on a plate twice. One was one more than the other, I would say. The first one, ball into the box, makes the header. I don't know if he's lost the ability to turn his head, but it almost goes out for a throw, right?
He's got too much muscle on his neck.
I don't know, maybe. But all right, he had a defender next to him. I'll let it slide. The second one, bruv.
Unforgivable. Especially when we seen what we saw in the first half.
After Benzema showed you exactly how to put two headers away in the manner that he did. One of them was almost flipping, Drogba-esque on the edge of the box, sticks it in the top corner. And the other one was him reaching, sticking it right into the bottom corner where we really shouldn't have made it. He shows you how to score a header. Lukaku rocks up and just in no one next to him, boom, out for a goal kick. Come on, man. Get out.
Absolute stinker. Nacho, and the thing is because I watched it so many times, you look at Nacho and the look on his face is like, oh, fuck, they're back in it now. They're back in it. And he whiskers wide off the post. And this is the thing, is you're under zero pressure. You're not under no pressure, Lukaku. You're in the box on your ones.
Yeah.
That's bread and butter against Real Madrid. But you see when he missed that header, Troop's quite rightly said at that point, or it might have been me, that's the difference between a world-class striker and a very good or a good striker or a not very good striker. That is the key difference. One moment of opportunity in a big game, they take it.
Yeah.
And Benzema just kind of showed the argument last night. He said, this is what a world-class striker looks like. And that's just Lukaku. He's not no world-class striker. Because to take that header the way he did on the first one, please look at it again. Because
it's ridiculous.
The point where he had to catch the ball, because remember, the ball it almost curled into, it kind of like, the way he headed it in, it just swerved it to that top corner a little bit. I've watched it like 50 times.
Yeah.
The techers on it was just ridiculous. It was stupid. And then you look at Lukaku's chance. All he had to do was just guide it.
That's it.
Benzema had a lot of work to do for that header. And he had to beat Edouard Mendy as well. Remember this, for both of them. And all he had to do was just guide it inside that post. And you see, when he missed that, in my mind, I said, you know what? Just as I was gonna say it, what did we sell him for? I was right there about to say, why did we get rid of this guy?
Bruv. Giroud would have. I don't even want it. No, you know what? Giroud, he's at AC Milan. Enjoy your life out there, mate. Yep.
All this time I've been talking. All this time I've been talking about Ben Chilwell. We miss Ben Chilwell. I'm convinced. I promise you, Giroud in that lineup yesterday, it would have been 3-3.
Probably would have been, yeah. And the fact you look at talking about being clinical, how many chances did Benzema have yesterday? He had 4. He scored 3. And one of them he really should have scored. Like he fluffed that kick. I don't know how he done it, but it went just wide of the bottom corner. That was
because he wasn't expecting the ball. Because the way the ball dropped, it was just like, really?
Yeah.
And he just snatched at it. Yeah. So I'm not going to blame him.
And he almost put it away, but he fluffed it. 4 chances, 3 goals. I heard yesterday his XG was 1.3. He bangs in a hat trick. You know, that is a striker, man. That's 100 million. I'd pay 100 million with ease for something like that. easily. Instead, we've got 100 million that can't score from 6 yards out, gets paid 325 grand a week, and clearly doesn't even want to be here. So, yeah, what to do?
Let's talk about Thomas Tuchel. I know you got only a couple minutes left, so I'm gonna try and honor that. Let's talk about Thomas Tuchel's comments real quick.
Yeah.
You can see as each of these performances come, he's getting more and more frustrated, and he's finding it more difficult to hide his feelings. And yesterday, he told it as it is. The commentator said, no, the reporter asked him on the next game to think about is Real Madrid. He said, no, it's Southampton. Quite rightly, obviously. But he said after that, if we don't fix up, we're just going to get hammered. We're going to get hammered. He knows the quality of the squad that he's dealing with. And he knows that it's not good enough. And it's a shame on the board. So let's have it right. He's coming on his first season. He's given us a Champions League. And you reward him with Lukaku, Saul.
Yep.
And by promoting Trevor into the first team.
It's we look back at that window, right? Well, especially from January onward, and we were like, if we get into the summer and we have a good summer window, we can forget Jan and we can forget not reinforcing.
Yep.
Now, with the situation we're in as a club, bruv, we needed to reinforce in Jan. We really did. And even prior to that, the summer window where we, as you rightfully said, Lukaku, Saul, that wasn't enough, man. It wasn't enough. Tuchel's comments post-match yesterday was spot on. And the manner that he done it was spot on. Because there's been many times where he's protected the team.
Yeah.
He's blamed himself. He's taken responsibility. He's, done it the right way. And it hasn't got the reaction to an extent that we've wanted. We've been picking up results, but our performances have been poor. Let's have it right. Or to an extent, it's been kind of 50-50. The Newcastle game, for example, poor performance, nick a winner in the last minute. We'll take it. But that's what it's been. It's been a lot of we will just take it. Yesterday was an approach, I would say, where he's been forced into that, and it's the right way to go, because if you keep playing nice and the players don't react, then, they're just going to have a free-for-all. Now it's a case of, look, I need a reaction. I need a proper reaction. I'm going to come out public and say, if we play like this on Saturday, we're going to get killed by Southampton. And if we even think of rocking up to the Bernabeu, they're going to batter us. Now, prove me wrong. Because at the end of the day, the way I'm looking at this, we got to remember, Thomas Tuchel's got personal issues going on at the moment. Yeah. He's going through a divorce.
Yeah.
That's only just kicked off. Mm-hmm. It's not easy, bruv. I would have thought with the basics that we didn't see yesterday, when we talk about desire, energy, focus, concentration, those are things that, that's a given. If your gaffer right now is going through all of that off the pitch and he's having to focus in terms of a big fixture like this, the minimum you can do is look at each other and go, let's go out there and do it for him. He's going through a lot right now. Let's just prove ourselves. Yeah, he does. Let's not give him additional worry to think about. We didn't do that. So I can rightfully understand TT coming out and going crazy in the way that he did, and rightfully so, putting it to them. You play like this next week, we're getting killed. Yeah, now it's up to you. Up to you. Prove me wrong and happy days. If not, I would have already told you lot in advance it would end like this. So Tuchel's done the right thing. And I just hope, fingers crossed, we get a result on Saturday. Because if we don't, if this all builds up, remember, we've got the ownership thing going on at the moment. Uh-huh. If whatever happens there, if it goes south, TT could just walk out the door.
It could, yeah.
If it gets too much for him, he could just be like, yo, this ain't worth it. No money is worth this. He could. But I'd like to think he won't. But let's not get ourselves into that situation. So
yeah,
we need to turn it around quick.
Got 111 people in the building. Make sure you smash up the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're on the road to 10K. And just real quick before you go, Younes, just a quick 2 minutes. Todd Bowley was sighted at Stamford Bridge yesterday. There was
Yep.
videos of him in Sky Sports making an entrance to Stamford Bridge. That was some good news for me on the day. The papers are saying that he's got a meeting with Paul Canaville, to which Paul Canaville confirmed I think he retweeted it or he liked the tweet or something like that. So positive sign. But do you really think this will affect, the probability of the Ricketts taking over? Because I know you were saying last time you were here they were your favourites. I mean, currently they're mine based on the money that they have. But do you think this changes things a little bit?
I just think right now this is the process. Because the Ricketts, I think, they've already had their sort of like meeting and all of that. They sent reps to watch Chelsea versus Brentford.
Right.
And Tom Ricketts and Laura Ricketts were at the Chelsea women's game.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it, in fairness, they've done what they've had to do. Now Todd Bowley's doing what he has to do. He rocked up to the bridge. So it's an equal playing field. But in terms of the bids, I hope Todd Bowley gets it. I don't think he will. But we'll see. I think the Ricketts will probably have it. I just hope they don't. Right now, it's just a case of hoping, then we'll see what happens. Obviously, Monday is going to be the day where where the final bids are put in, and 14th is where we find out, I think, who our new owner is going to be. So we'll see.
The 14th of what, April?
April, yeah.
Yeah, not too far off, mate. Because I did say at first when we heard all this, I said I'm not expecting this to be concluded until like at least May, but April 14th. But this is the thing, Younes. How many deadlines have we been given and we just hear nothing? Do you know what I mean?
For real.
So
like, right now, Todd Bowley should be the new owner by now, but he's not. So
yeah, exactly. But yeah, it is what it is. But Younes, tell the people then what you've already got up or what you've got coming up on your channel before you skedaddle.
So yeah, there's a video coming out later today. Just analyzing where we are right now after two performances like that. It needs to be addressed. So I'm gonna do that. Tomorrow, preview for Chelsea Southampton or Southampton Chelsea because we're away. We're at St Mary's. And then Saturday, watch along and review for the Southampton game, 3:00 on a Saturday. Obviously not on TV. Going to be interesting to see what Chelsea rocks up. So
yeah. At the minute, not too optimistic about that, but I'll give my thoughts on that tomorrow. We playing Saturday or Sunday? Saturday. We're playing Saturday.
Yeah, 3:00.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah. Then a preview for that will be coming tomorrow, and I'll probably do a watch along for that. And also to the people in the chat, I will be doing an interactive live later on, so make sure you are subscribed to both of the socials, Twitter and Instagram, and switch on the notification bell on YouTube. If it decides to work, you'll be notified, which is why I tell you, make sure you follow the socials. But yeah, clickable links all down there in the description. Younes's is down there as well. Mine is down there as well as the channel. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, please make sure you do stay safe. And oh yeah, before I go, Everton look like they will be getting relegated. Why I had to throw that in is not because of Frank Lampard, I'll be respectful with him. It's because I have a very good friend called Stax who was watching the Chelsea game and decided to banter. And he's an American Everton fan. That's the dude who decided to throw his TV in the bin after they got done. Who was their last game before then?
Oh, before Burnley?
Yeah.
Did they not win at Newcastle? Or they
did.
beat Newcastle, no?
I don't know. But it was one of the games that they lost, and he just had to throw his TV in the bin, so it's not looking good for him. So Stacks, hold some of that. But people...
Also, just want to say very quickly, did you hear about Sean Dyche's halftime team talk?
No. What did he say?
So, Sean Dyche after the game confirmed that at halftime he told the players, lads, Everton don't know how to win a game. What are you doing? So they went out there and they won 3-2.
What? He actually said that? Wow.
So Sean Dyche putting in a masterclass, man. Honestly, I gotta love him.
Yeah, and to the Yerders and the fans that said you should have never sacked Lampard. You should have never sacked. Yeah, you see why now? The man was out of his depth, and I say that respectfully. Lampard's a legend at the club, but he was out of his depth.
He's not a manager, bro. He's not a manager. I've come to terms with that. He's not a gaffer.
Nah,
Just
he's
no.
he's not. He's not. Yeah, I think it was the Palace. Yeah, it was Palace.
Palace,
it was Palace when they
4-0,
got
the FA
slapped.
Cup.
Yeah, it's Stacks just absolutely snapped. He just snapped. He was done out here. But Everton, it looks like you are going to be getting relegated unless something drastically changes because I think they've got us, Arsenal, Manchester United. They've got a whole
They've got everyone.
fuckery. Yeah, a whole fuckery. All right, get it out of the way. Guni got cocky as fuck. Got humble. Yes. I said I felt confident. It didn't happen. We got slapped. It's the Champions League. We lost to Real Madrid 3-1 at Stamford Bridge. Listen, I endured enough yesterday on the live stream. I had to deal with troops for the whole 90 plus minutes of him enjoying Benzema's goals and saying, you see,
man.
he's the best player in the world. I told you all beginning of the season, look, now you're getting slapped, this and that and the other. So, listen, everything else is just water off a duck's back at this point. Yeah, so have your fun. Enjoy with the banter. Enjoy in the socials. I could take it. But, yeah, let me get out of here. I've overkept Younes by like 6 minutes. That's bad form from Goody. Peace out, people.
That's fine.
All right. Oh, shit.
I was waiting for you to clock.
What is going on here?